Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing? Okay, what we're going to talk about right now is something that it didn't happen here in the States, okay? It happened actually in Brazil. And I am reading this right now. It is 11:30 at night, okay? And I this is really sad. This happened on the eve of the G20 in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, it's a summit that will gather dozens, okay, of heads of state. All right, and there was an apparent, okay, bomb attack targeted at the Supreme Court Palace, um, at the capital Brasilia. Now, this is what was reported. Okay, two explosions within 20 seconds of each other occurred in front of the Federal Supreme Court in Brasilia in the early evening of Wednesday. So it is still Wednesday here, okay? But when you're seeing this, it's Thursday. The area was cordoned off. Firefighters and military personnel specialized in explosives went to the scene. A man perished after two explosions um, in the Three Powers Square, where the Supreme Court, the National Congress, and the Presidential Palace are located. But that was not the only incident here. A car also exploded in the parking lot between the Supreme Court and the Annex 4 of the Chamber of Deputies. It was in the trunk where there were fireworks and bricks. So far, there's no information about what caused the explosion in the car, but the bomb squad went to the scene to sweep and check for more devices in the vicinity, including cars, and also they checked the body of the man who perished, okay, because they believe that he was the one that caused this. So lawmakers, they were actually in session, and Supreme Justices were still in the building, and they were all escorted out of the building safely. And President Lula da Silva was no longer in the presidential palace when this happened. Now, this is what also was said. After the episode, Lula met with STF ministers Alexander de Moraes, Moraes, and Cristiano Zanin at the Alvorada Palace. The Director General of the Federal Police, Andre Rodriguez, also went to the presidential residence. Heightened alert in Brasilia. Drones are reportedly being shot down near the Chamber of Deputies and the Supreme Federal Court buildings. Now, the PF opened an investigation to investigate the explosions, but as you would expect, the tyrannical Justice Alexandra de Moraes, I don't know if I'm saying the name right, assigned himself the job as the minister in charge of the investigation into the explosions. And what's more is he plans to incorporate this event into the ongoing investigations into the January 8th, 2023 attacks, of which is also under his purview. So you also have the government that is reeling with the serious failure of intelligence services. In the global summit, which is the G20, there will also be 22 members, heads of state, plus 19 other invited guests. That's over 80% of the world's GDP. Okay, so here is a video, if you will, of what happened, and then after that I'm also putting in other videos for your educational enjoyment purposes. Okay, here you go.
All right, this one is getting bonkers here. I don't know. I don't even know how to begin with this. This is crazy because with Donald Trump, the first day that I ever took pictures of him in 2015. Okay, so he's signing the Bill of Rights here. Like people go to the event and then there's a poster there and then people sign it that were speakers there. So I was there taking pictures of him. This is the strange part about it. So he's signing this, but everyone else signs on the edge of it. But Donald Trump signs right there, smack dab in the middle. You can see his autograph right there. Okay? Here's the strange thing about it is he has all this and people are signing it. He signs right there on the part about criminal trials, fairness, and all of this stuff. And I just think it's very strange that his new Attorney General pick is Matt Gaetz. I think it's just about to go down.
Oh, and let the meltdowns begin again. I bet some of you on the left, your heads are probably about to literally pop off your shoulders after you just watched old Donald Trump go and sit down with Joe Biden and they had an actual pleasant conversation. You know, all of y'all on that side are screaming and wanting to know why they're being so quiet and why they're being so amicable. I'll give you my 2 cents of why they're being like that. Because I think they know when Donnie gets in there, come January 21st, names are going to start flying off a list. Flying off the list. And I think they're trying to stay on Donnie's good side because they know what's coming. Because I honestly think some eyes have been opened for those people on that list after seeing what Don has done. And he hasn't even been sworn in yet. And he's already making things happen. So I think there's some nail biting going on because they're like, oh, shoo. This may really happen. You better run.
I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too.
Yeah.
I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. Okay? So I'm a working person.
Working person? This is the most out-of-touch thing I've ever heard a celebrity say. We got to run some numbers and put this into perspective. The median household income in America is $80,000. And after taxes, it's about $66,000. And this is before 401k contributions and health insurance. You have been famous for 40 years and have a net worth of $60 million. And on top of that, you make $8 million a year. And even though you're paying an insane amount of taxes, you're still taking home $3.8 million a year. That is $73,000 a week take home pay. You, Whoopi Goldberg, by yourself, make more money per week than the average American family makes a year. And you're going to sit here and say that you relate to the struggle of the American people? Do you realize that people have not recovered financially since the pandemic?
Trump is a crazy person. It's very clear. I mean, he's a dumb guy. Like,
does he hate Trump? And, like, is the feeling neutral?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wants to be remembered in history as somebody who held the line against like Trump and like somebody who like helped the economy.
Yeah.
And Trump was president. He wanted to stimulate the economy.
Right.
But he wouldn't do it. And he started raising interest rates, doing the opposite that Trump wanted.
So I mean, so the feeling is this: that like we don't want Trump to be in government.
Right.